Boom 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 bum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum ba-da-dum 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 ba-da-dum. Hello everyone, my name is Michael Knipp, and I have completed Mistborn Era 2, at least all of Mistborn Era 2 that we currently have. For one, that means that all I have left in the Cosmere to read is the things from ARCANUM Unbounded. For two, that means I'm almost caught up on the Cosmere. And for three, I just finished a dang good, wonderful book. Just in case there's anyone watching this video who wants to know my opinion on Mistborn Era 2, at least all that we know about Mistborn Era 2 right now, without spoilers, you're not sure if you want to read the series yet. Now that I've read the entirety of this series that we have, I will absolutely wholeheartedly continue to recommend it. All of the praise that I've said from the previous videos hold up into this one. In fact, if you couldn't tell from the little intro from this video, not only are we getting awesome Western action, not only are we getting wonderful detective vibes, not only are we getting fun, philosophical, magic, world building, Cosmere world building, etc. We're also getting a lot of that Indiana Jones adventure also. Mistborn Era 2 is one of my favorite things about the Cosmere. I love it so much. I have not said this publicly in a video yet. If you had to hold a gun to my head and ask me what my favorite entries in the Cosmere are, I would have a hard time on different days going back and forth between the Stormlight Archive and Mistborn Era 2, because the Stormlight Archive is a massive, chunker, huge, epic fantasy thing that I sometimes want. But Mistborn Era 2 is this awesome, fast, action-paced, wonderful characters, adventure, mystery story that I also always want. And Bands of Mourning delivers in a similar way to the other books. The stakes are raised, the characters are continually developed, and man, does this book end on a crazy cliffhanger. I feel so bad for the people that read this book when it, actually came out and have had to wait so very dang long for a sequel. I only have to wait until like next year, I'm pretty sure. But man, is this just a wonderful adventure. Without spoiling, what I will say is this adventure takes place after the crazy wild events of the last one. It raises the stakes, it raises the antes. We get to explore multiple other aspects of this world in, like I said earlier, an Indiana Jones style adventure where they're hunting down this artifact. Honestly, the world building that we get to see here is unparalleled in the other Mistborn Era 2 books, but it doesn't neglect any of the other positive aspects of those first two books either. There was a lot of things teased in those first two books that we finally get some resolution on. On top of that, there is just some crazy new things introduced that I just really have a hard time believing that some people have had the patience to sit on some of the reveals at the end of this book for so very long. Because this is a third book in a series, I'm having a very hard time talking about it much spoiler free. I guess I'll say kind of what I said in the last video. If you are on board for the things that I've said about Mistborn Era 2, you should definitely read the series. It's amazing. I love it so much. That didn't change here. If all of the things that I said sort of don't sound interesting to you, you probably won't enjoy Mistborn Era 2. You may only want to pick it up for the Cosmere connections if you want to. Listen, I know everyone has their own taste, and personal taste is it's a subjective thing, and I talk about this on my channel all the time, but heck darn it, I'm in such a wonderful headspace with Mistborn Era 2 that I just can't imagine people not enjoying it. I had a conversation with Angela from Literature Science Alliance, whose channel I will link down below, who talked about how sometimes on BookTube we get so invested in a lot of these deep themes and philosophical concepts and like these heady things that we want in our books, and I think all of those things are wonderful. I've talked about them before. I will continue to talk about them. I think some of them are present here and sometimes they get neglected, especially in that last book, but in this book too. But sometimes I feel like BookTube just doesn't praise a book for being fun. Just a wild, fun, awesome ride with characters that you want to hang out with. This is that. Mistborn Era 2, all three of these books, yes, there's some headiness. Yes, there is a lot of depth there. Yes, it actually is a lot deeper than I think most people probably give it credit for, but it's also just fun. So yes, once again, I'm going to recommend this book if it all sounds interesting to you. Don't let the haters of Mistborn Era 2 hold you back. There's a lot of people, and I think it comes from expectations. I've talked about that in a video, which if I remember, I'll try to link in the cards. Expectations can do a lot. I think if you're expecting Mistborn Era 1, this is a different genre of book, at least a different subgenre of book. It's a different thing. If you're expecting the dark oppression that's basically the apocalypse story of Mistborn Era 1, it's very different here. This is a world that's on the mend, sort of. You're dealing with different characters in a different technological era. It's what it is. I don't feel like I need to explain that anymore. Go read Mistborn Era 2 if you're on the fence at all. If anything that I said sounds awesome. Please let me know in the comments down below if I have convinced you to read Mistborn Era 2. If you've been one of those people that's been kind of nervous because of what people have said, because I would absolutely love the honor of encouraging you to read something that I find just so wonderful. If you'd like to talk about that more with me, there is a Discord link down below where you can jump in and chat with me about whatever, but especially about Mistborn Era 2. Right now, I am so dying to talk about Mistborn Era 2 with as many people as I possibly could. I'm gonna have to break into the spoiler section of this video so I can kind of dump some of my final thoughts of what I have right now, but thank you for stopping by. If you like this video, if anything I said is useful, I feel like I'm just gushing, please leave a thumbs up on this video. If you'd like to see more video reviews from me, hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna jump into the spoiler section now. The spoilers will be starting in 3, 2, 1. The epilogue, Kelsier, he's back. He has a spike through his eye. There's some kind of hemalurgy involved. Was he given a choice at death the way that Wax was in this book? Wax died. I cried. Yes, it was sort of the resurrection trope. It didn't bother me. It probably should. I'm probably a hypocrite, whatever. When he was given the choice to go back and Harmony explained everything, it was just like, my heart, yes, so much. But also, what the heck? Kelsier's back, how is that possible? When he got stabbed, I don't remember this. Like, when he got stabbed by the Lord Ruler, was that a hemalurgical spike that he got saved there? I have no idea how his bones were eaten by the Khandra in the Final Empire, so how is he back? I still don't fully know. I haven't read Mistborn Secret History. I assume some of that's in there, but maybe not. I don't know. All I know is that's probably going to have some major implications for the Cosmere moving forward. We got to see the moment where Wax pulled the gun, but like it was, and let me tell you, Steris, I said Steris was an amazing character in this last book. Steris, Marcy, Wax, Wayne, all these freaking characters, I loved them. I talked about not liking Milan too much in the last one because she sort of fell into some of the annoying tropes that I didn't like. I actually way preferred the character development that she got in this book. I feel like it made her a lot more human. Instead of just being the like, I've been around forever, I'm going to give you advice on everything and tell you everything you need to know. Like, she really was a much more enjoyable character this time around for me. Everything that happened in this book was awesome. It wasn't as like super dark as the last one, but I felt like it was still awesome. And yes, it sort of branched out. I think it tackled less of the complicated subjects, but also it just had so much more fun Cosmere implication, wild craziness. Here's something I'm going to say. I love the Stormlight Archive, and I predict that Stormlight Archive Book 5 is going to be like The Empire Strikes Back. I think it's going to go super bad. I think characters are going to die. It's going to make me sad. Mistborn Era 2. I love these characters so dang much. I love this story and this world. It's become near and dear to me in a way that I can't explain. I will lose my mind and be so sad if any of these characters, I'm talking any of them, Wax, maybe Wax could die, but I love Steris and I don't want her to be sad. Wax, Wayne, Marcy, Steris, all of them. I love them so much. They're my book children. I just want to see them beat Wax's sister. I just want good things to happen. And it's been such a wonderful, wonderful journey. And I don't think I could physically handle it if something awful happens to these people in book 4. Book 4 needs to be a happy ending. I was fine with the ending of Mistborn Era 1. I will probably be okay with some of the sad, crazy wildness that happens in Stormlight, because I'm expecting it in that sort of series. I can't have it go bad in Mistborn Era 2. Mistborn Era 2 is my special baby that I love so much. And I don't know why I freaking love it so much more than most people seem to. But dang it, if I can't, I have to be honest with all of you and with myself. I love Mistborn Era 2 so much. Frick. I don't know if any of this video has been useful. I feel like it's been a non-stop gush without any actual substance to it. I apologize for that. I'll try to do better in the future, but it's tired. And also, what am I supposed to say? The book did a dang good job about doing everything I wanted it to be. We got crazy, wild, magic, revelations. We got awesome character development. We got the relationship that I begged for in the last book. Everything about it is just exactly what I wanted and more. I'm almost done with the Cosmere. I am sort of happy that this was one of the last things I read because I love it so stinking much. I hope to see you guys again in another video. I feel like this has been all over the place. I should not record when I'm tired or overly excited anymore. I love you all, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.
Sleep, no one ever get enough. Always looking out tired. Sleep, no one ever get enough. If I don't show up, I might get fired. Sleep, no one ever get enough. Always looking out tired. Sleep, no one ever get enough. If I don't show up, I might get fired.